Come on, Minnie. Come on, Minnie. Minnie. Come on, baby. Come on.
Good evening, everybody. We'll give everybody just a couple minutes here to get signed in. Got a little sun today. Hey, Joel. Thanks for tuning in. No, I am not fishing Battle on Bago. I haven't done Merc or Battle on or the Otter Street tournament, and it's been a long time. The way I look at it is what I can do guiding, and granted, yeah, if you win or you top 10, can be pretty good, but I can do pretty much just as much guiding as far as cash and checks go, and not have the stress or have to deal with a whole lot of stuff. But it's Father's Day weekend, and I like spending time with the kids on Sunday. So I've got trip on Saturday, and then Sunday is family day. So I'd much rather do that than go out and fish tournament. Maybe when my little guy gets old enough and he wants to fish with me, I've always wanted to do that with one of the kids, and we'll see what comes of it. But right now we're just gonna hang low and probably just hang at the house or out by the pond, or see if I can't get the kids to come and help me stack the rest of the firewood. I got them to clean my truck here the other night, washing and waxing the truck, so that was good. Oh, good luck, man. How was pre-fishing going for you guys? And I'm sure everybody else, is all. The one thing I'll say is Battle on Bago week, Merc National week. Last week, it was just terrible weather, right? Wind and rain and just craziness. And there really wasn't many guys out. I fished. We were out in a lot of that crap, and fishing was incredible. And then, this week here, I'm just not seeing the guys. I don't know where everybody is, but they're not by me. And I'm okay with that. Don't get me wrong. But I haven't been out in the mud flats, or I haven't been, really seeing many people. I've pretty much been concentrating, I'd say, on probably the top half of the lake, the north of Oshkosh at least. And the weed bite has been phenomenal. The shallow shoreline bite has been really good. I can't complain. I haven't had to do any trolling. I've put my rod holders or my trees in the boat just in case, because some of these days where it's really calm, I get a little bit worried about fishing the shallows. But we've been finding so many nice fish in the weeds, and when it's calm, it seems like that's when the weed bite really goes good too. So and you really haven't, the sunshine. I haven't figured out yet, truthfully, if it's helping or hurting. Today, right away this morning, the sun was out pretty high and pretty bright, and we didn't do too real well in the morning. Once the clouds came midday, that's kind of when the fishing really started to pick up. And my favorite wind on this lake is always a southeast wind, and anytime we can get a southeast wind, we'll find fish someplace. Today I think we bounced around probably, I don't know, we probably hit 9 or 10 different spots, and lo and behold, obviously the last spot, kind of on a whim, was just dynamite. I mean, there was like first forecast, I think I had fish on an off forecast too, and all really nice fish. So it just goes to show you just got to keep bouncing around, moving around. Willow vibe with paddle tails on weed edges has been great. There you go, Steve. Those willow vibes, man. It's an awesome bait. Fishing the paddle tails, and we've been throwing Ned rigs. We've been throwing a lot of willow vibes, just straight jerk baits and swim baits as well. I got to finish a piece for Angling Buzz tomorrow. Hopefully, I think the weather's supposed to cooperate. All the times I wanted to film, it was weedy, or it was raining and windy and just crappy conditions for filming. But we're going to be out there tomorrow filming some stuff for Angling Buzz on swim baits and plastics for walleyes. Kind of how I do things, and I know everybody's got their own little method and their own little tricks and whatnot, and I'm going to kind of put, Steve, they are very hard to find in stores. Hold tight with that, though, because after I do a couple of these pieces, I'm trying to get some of these retailers around here to put them in. I know you cannot find Ned rigs in copper truce colors on any of the plastics from like here to Milwaukee. Everybody sold out of Ned stuff. And I know I talked to the boys at Z-Man. They messaged me this morning. Sounds like there's just maybe an error on their website as far as having them available. But I know a few colors in that were getting pretty hard to find, and that copper truce has been definitely been the best color. I've been throwing. So when I go out and fish with clients, I always give them the best bait that's been working, and then I will kind of get a grasp on what's happening, how the bite is. And if it's not working, I'll instantly start changing stuff up and kind of figuring out stuff myself. And then obviously switch everybody over as soon as I kind of figure things out. But as soon as I do that, that's when I start exploring again. I don't need to catch fish. So I'm constantly tying new stuff on, playing around with some of the plastics, doing a little bit of trimming on them, bending, playing with the Willow Vibe blades and trying to get them to maybe work even at a little bit slower retrieve. You can cup these blades a little bit and get them to really wobble at a slow retrieve. And that's kind of been key on some of the days, is just fishing a lot slower, slowing things down. And, and even putting the guys the other day, we had to resort to some crawlers. They were not eating plastics. I was watching them on the Mega Live, and they'd come up and just zoom in behind my baits as I'm ripping them through the weeds. And I'd see them come up and they'd get right on it. I'm like, oh, it's going to eat. And then poof, they'd be gone. And it would be like 2 or 3 of them. And it seemed like when that happened, if I get 2 or 3 fish to shoot after a bait, one of them would just grab it. Like today too, it was kind of funny. I was casting up, we're only fishing in, 3 feet max. I mean, a lot of the water we've been fishing in has been 2 to 3 feet, really shallow stuff. And what was funny is I was reeling the bait in. I got hit twice. I'm like, oh, darn it. I just couldn't get him to fully commit. And I don't know if with this Elastec stuff, it's funny. You can always tell when they're just grabbing the tails, because you'll go and set the hook and all of a sudden it'll be like a rubber band kind of lets loose because they're grabbing onto the tail. And I'm going to grab one of these baits here once. So they'll grab onto the tail, and this Elastec stuff you can see just stretches, and then as soon as they let go, bam! you can just feel it. It's like somebody slingshots your bait back at you. It's kind of funny. So I'm reeling in today, and I get hit twice, and I'm like, nah. So I kind of reel in a little bit faster, and just as I go to lift the bait out of the water, about a 14-incher literally jumped out of the water, completely out of the water, and grabbed the tail and took it back down. And I lifted him up, and he still had the tail in his mouth and no hook, and then he shook his head and finally let go. So that was pretty awesome. The time I should have had a camera going, and it didn't get a chance to record it, but yeah, it was pretty cool. What type of weeds are best to look for? Green ones. I mean, really, we're finding some like sandgrass up in these shallow rocks where there's kind of rocks and weeds mixed in. It's like this real fine green grass. That stuff has been holding a lot of fish. And then, there's, quite a bit of coontail and that out on Winnebago. And it really hasn't made that much of a difference. The majority of the weeds up in like Asylum and Cowlings Bay, in that anywhere that's 7-8 feet of water, those weeds are typically pretty good too. But, I've been trying to find shallow weeds up along the shorelines that are holding fish versus, kind of fishing in the community spots. That's a bit one. The nice thing about what we've been doing is I have not had a boat, anywhere near me to speak of. So, again, I don't know where everybody's fishing. I haven't paid attention. I haven't really cared. I just kind of do my own thing, and it's been good. The fishing has been incredible. We've been catching so many big smallmouth and very few sheephead. That's been kind of surprising. It seems like obviously when we get out into some deeper structure on that 5-6 feet of water, we start catching sheephead. But the smallmouth have been a lot of fun too. We've been getting some pretty big smallies out there. I think we've had a couple perch and I think a rock bass or two, but for the most part, it's, when we hook onto a fish, it's a walleye. And it seems like the last couple of days, I don't know what's changed, but we've been catching just a pile of these 10 to 12 inchers. I mean, just piles of them. Like a lot of times you can't keep those things off. And then when we find those small ones, we just move and get out of there, because it seems like once you find those little guys, that's all that's really around. The biggest fish, we really haven't gotten. I mean, we get some 22, 23-inch fish, and those obviously all go back. But I'd say our average size has probably been that 17 to 19 inch. So a lot of just nice fish, but the fish that we're getting are so fat. Lengthwise doesn't help you for a catch and release tournament, but for a live weight tournament, some of these 17 and 18 inches, I guarantee are going 3 pounds. They look like they ate golf balls. And today I noticed when we were up shallow, a lot of lake fly larvae starting to float up to the surface. So I don't know if a bug hatch is coming, but when I clean these fish here tonight, I will kind of look at their stomachs and see what's going on. But a lot of lake fly larvae we seen today, and we didn't see that yesterday. It just kind of showed up today once that sun went down and we weren't getting all that reflection on the water. We were seeing a lot of larvae floating up to the surface. So everybody fishing bow and bago, good luck. Should be conditions should be pretty favorable. I was kind of surprised on some of the smaller weights. I know it's a live weight. It's not the CPR, measured fish. So the weights are a little skewed on on those CPR tournaments, whereas Merck Nationals, you're actually weighing the fish live, and weights were a little down, 16 pounds, I think. But for the most part, that 16 pounds is probably closer to like 19, 20 when it comes time to actually measuring the fish. But I know that last tournament, the last Bago Walleye Club tournament, how many 7-pounders were caught. Just blew my mind. And I would love to know, were guys trolling or were they jigging? I don't need to know locations or anything like that, but I was just curious to see if, the guys were actually getting them trolling or if they were, getting them jigging or casting. Because I surely haven't seen a lot of those big fish. We're getting a few here and there, but not 7-pounders. Let's see. Water has really come up, especially on the river. As far as the white bass, Jared, or the white bass done on the Wolf, yeah, they've pretty much, especially with all that rain, that water coming up. I haven't heard of anybody really even fishing for them anymore. That current got really strong, and I think what was left, in there probably got flushed back out. The current in the water is extremely high, and if I remember right, I believe it's slow no wake in the river right now. So, have you fished shallow weeds on Poigan like you do on Bago? Steve, I haven't made it out to Poigan yet. With having clients every day, I haven't had a day to go out and scout and try some new things. We've basically just been going and pounding, the same locations day after day. I've kind of been keeping things in a rotation. I've got probably 18, 20 spots that I know fish are sitting on, and we just go and fish until the guys got their limit of fish, and we'll either keep an empty spot and just catch and release the rest of the day, or if they decide that they want to be done, they'll be done. And then we've gone and tried to catch some smallies, or we've just put the boat back on the trailer, but I would love to get out on Poigan and check and see what's going on out there. Go check out some of the weeds, some of the rocks, shorelines, and see if some of those big fish are up there, or even the cane beds. I've completely missed, I think, a lot of the early cane bed bite, but fishing's been so good out on Bago that I really haven't had to check or go out and do anything different. Let's see. As far as panfish and stuff go out on Bago, I know some guys were still getting some bluegills up in Asylum and up in Miller's Bay, and then there were some guys getting some crappies down on the south end of by Fond du Lac yet. Haven't had any chance to really go out and target the panfish either. That being said, though, the lakes out in Waushara County, I know the bluegills are, primarily up on their beds, and I don't touch them when they're on their beds like that. And I know down on Big Green, Little Green, and some of the lakes, south of here, fishing's been really good too. So if you're looking for some panfish and you want to go catch a few, pretty much all the little lakes out here right now, the fish are up in the shallows, but just, please be courteous and, respect those fish as they're trying to do their thing, and let them spawn, and, and then go after them. Let those eggs hatch, and you guys can go whoop on them all you want. But I tend not to do much on the when they're on their beds. Let's see. I think what else we got going on. I don't know if I know you guys all follow me here and seen the news, but two brothers, the 2B Elliott rods that we've been promoting and selling for the last few years here, were bought out by Acme, which is the Acme, and I think they have Shiver Minnow now, or Moonshine Lures. Their acquisition firm or whatever they got going on, sounds like they've got some capital behind them and kind of buying up some of the smaller fishing companies. And it was kind of interesting news to get that. And, I don't know what the future holds or what's going to happen or not yet. But as far as that goes, we'll just have to wait and see, and kind of hang low. And, it'd be a shame to not have anything to do with that company. The rods, I've really, really fallen in love with these identity rods. Yeah. So that's some kind of interesting news. We've got ICAST coming up here in a few weeks down in Florida. I will be heading down there and working with Seagar and Z-Man. And I'll definitely, stay tuned, do some reports and show you guys some of the new stuff that's going on down there. I have, I've seen some of the new items that are coming out from some of the companies, and it's been kind of quiet. I was expecting some of the big marine companies to have some cool new things coming, but I haven't seen a whole lot yet. I don't know if they're just holding out, or they're doing a really good job of keeping everything secret. So should be an interesting time down there. And like I said, I'll have reports and stuff happening daily while we're down there. We've got, again, Battle on Bago this weekend, Father's Day. If anybody's looking for any gift certificates, last minute things, we can do, full day, half day, or just dollar amounts too. If anybody's looking to get something for their dad, please let me know. I usually make up a custom gift certificate for everybody and then send it to you guys and print it out, give it to your dad. So that's that. We had graduation here this past weekend, and I was cooking like a madman. I think we did a whole, 220 pounds of pork, 70 pounds of mac and cheese, 70 pounds of corn bake, some potato salad. I think we had like 50 pounds of beans. And we were just, the wife and I were just in the fish cleaning room right now, vacuuming, packaging all the leftovers, and then I threw a bunch of my pork butts that I had in the freezer. As long as I was smoking stuff, I did a bunch of mine too. So we'll have enough pulled pork for a good while. If anybody wants to come over for a barbecue and try some, let me know. Let's see. Other than that, guys, it's just pretty quiet. Just in full guide mode here, and nobody's really talking, and I don't want to give out a whole lot of information because I know some of the guys are that I talk to, I've given them some information to try and help them out for the weekend. So anybody that is going out, hopefully we can try and keep some of these spots that we've been doing good, somewhat quiet. And after this weekend, and I think we've got our next Bago Walleye Club tournament coming up here the end of June, and then we'll go right into ICAST. And then I know they got Josie's gift, the fishery that's happening. Unfortunately, I can't make it to that one this year just because of ICAST. I'll be flying in that morning, and not knowing, I told them that I'm not going to be able to make it this year. So sorry about that. Next year, hopefully we can schedule, or that's scheduled around or outside of the whole ICAST week. And then let's see, then we've got tomorrow's angler tournament coming up here in July 2. That's put on by Mercury and Skipper Buds. I think Michelle's still looking for boaters. So if you want to take part as a boater, send me a note, or I can post the link on my page, and you guys can get signed up. That's another fun event. I actually have Xander fishing that with me this year. So I'm going to have my kid in the boat, and then I'm going to have another dad and a kid that I don't know who it is yet. But so there'll be 4 of us in the boat, and looking really forward to that. Xander is all excited. He's talking about, yeah, what time do we need to wake up? And I'm getting used to this waking up early stuff so we can go out and fish tournaments. And he's in head over heels with this fishing stuff. He wants to come out and do some guiding with me. If I only got 1 or 2 people, he's like, yeah, if you only got 1 or 2 guys, I can come in there and just stay out of the way, or I can help him and I can teach him some stuff. And it's pretty cool to see. He's definitely a mini me when it comes time to being outside, and pretty cool there. But I don't know a whole lot, guys. I'm just kind of drained out. I blew my back out, and hey, Timmy, let's see, that is July. Here, let me find it, and I will post a link here. Sunday, July 21st. And if we do this, so I'm going to post that in the comments. Okay, so tomorrowsanglers.com is you can go there and register. Really cool event. You're going out kind of as the captain, and then you'll have a couple dads or family or whatever it may be, couple kids in the boat, and it's kind of an all species deal, but targeting mainly walleyes, and go out and just fish. It's a tournament, and then kids come back and they got a bunch of prizes and stuff for them. They've got scholarships for the winners, and pretty cool deal. I was there last year helping Deb with pictures, and my kids and that came out, and we were just running around being the camera boat and had a lot of fun. So it'd be really fun to fish it this year. Joshua says he's looking for a pontoon boat for the Josie tournament for a kid in a wheelchair. Josh, can you check, or I can maybe even send Tim Uding a note, or send Tim Uding a message, get him hooked. I know he's got a pontoon boat that's available that he does stuff with people in wheelchairs and that too. So, or BJ. Okay. So I can just send a note to Tim and see what he's got going on that day, and see if his pontoon is available. But boy, that's really it, guys. Sorry I don't have a whole lot of information tonight. I'm again just super drained, tired. I've been running pretty hard here and fishing pretty hard the last few weeks, and cannot wait to have a day off. I just want to sleep in once, but it'll come. It's this is the best time of the year. We got to make hay while the sun shines, and it's exactly what I'm trying to do. Should be a good, like I say, a good rest of the week here. I know for guys looking on the Green Bay side of things, that water's finally starting to warm up. Sounds like the alewife are finally starting to die off a little bit and head out deep. If you're looking to get out there, I know the weeds over on the west ends, up behind Gano's and the Pensaki area, all those weeds and that are holding a lot of fish. Nobody's really setting the world on fire yet. It's just so much bait out there, and that's hopefully we keep getting some warm weather and kill those things off so we can actually get up there and start catching some fish. Been a crazy couple of years with those alewife up on Green Bay. Check out Crave Custom Rods if you're looking for rods, if you're in the market. Appreciate it, Sean. I will take a look. Where are they out of? And I guess I can just jump on and check and see. But that's it. I guess if you're looking to get out on Bago, lots of opportunities. Guys are trolling the mud, trolling the east shore, trolling up on the north end. And shorelines, rock piles, weeds. I mean, if there's anything that you like doing to catch walleyes, you can go out on Winnebago right now and do it. I don't know if I've ever seen a bite this good on Winnebago, where you literally can hit every square inch of that lake and catch fish. They are literally everywhere. And I haven't even had the chance to get up on the upper lakes yet. And I know there's got to be a ton of fish up on Poygan still going, because there was so many fish that were up in the river that came down. So with this high water and everything else, I can only imagine how good the upper lakes are too. So I'll get up there one of these days and report back. But as of right now, I've just pretty much been concentrating on Bago, and fishing's too good to leave. Well, gentlemen, and thanks again for tuning in. I will catch you guys next week. Good luck to all the Battle on Bago guys, and have fun, and everybody have a good Father's Day. Share some pictures, stories, or whatnot if you would like on the Facebook page or Instagram. And I am going to retire. I'm going to go take a shower, lay down, and get back up and do it all over again. Thanks, Timmy. Good night, man. Everybody have a good night, and we'll catch you guys next week. Cheers.